Hi, everyone. This is Victoria English, head coach at Alcohol Free Lifestyle. I'm happy to be here with you today. I cannot believe that it's already February. Today, we're going to talk about being average. When you set your New Year intention, did you say, this year, I want to be average? Did you make a vision board with that? I wonder what a vision board for being average would look like. I don't know. Every vision board I've seen is just that, a vision for growth, for improving, for becoming the person that deep down you know you could become. And yet we stumble. There's lots and lots of reasons for that. Some of them can be worked out on your own. Some might need a counselor. Some might need an alcohol coach in an alcohol-free community. We'll get to that in a little while. But sometimes in Project 90, when I'm coaching members, they'll say, I just want to drink like a normal person. Why can't I just drink like everybody else? There's a lot of layers to those statements. But for now, we're going to address wanting to be normal, wanting to be average. When I think of normal, average, I think of limited. A normal person. First of all, what is that? And why? Why do you want to be completely normal? That would mean that every area of your life is adhering to a set of requirements defined by someone besides yourself. No variation, no change, no growth. If you grow, you might not be so normal. You might be a little outside the box. Now, when I talk that way, anyone listening to this is kind of going, well, duh. I don't want to be just normal. I want to be extraordinary. I want to be my best self, right? As you know, here at Alcohol Free Lifestyle, we work with leaders. We work with thought leaders, business leaders, creative leaders. And so they don't want to be just normal or average in any other area of their life. So what is it about drinking? Why are we afraid to be anything other than normal? Well, a couple of things. We're basing that statement on a lot of assumptions. When you see somebody having that beautiful glass of wine or that expensive scotch, when you see them having that glass, that drink, unless they are falling down or making a spectacle of themselves in some way, it's natural that we would assume they are normal drinkers. But let me ask you a question. If people see you with a glass of wine in your hand, a scotch, do they look at you and say, that's a person who doesn't drink like a normal person? Probably not, if they catch you within the first 2 drinks. So that person that you see at the bar, they might not have an issue with alcohol. Are you going to sit there and stare at the people at the bar for a few hours to see what happens, to see how quickly they down that drink and order the next? Do they order the next? To see if they start just talking nonsense, to see if they're stumbling when they come off of the bar stool, or if they have their 1 or 2 drinks and then call themselves an Uber and call it a night. So many assumptions. We do that for a lot of reasons, but I theorize that one of the reasons we strive to be like these people who have 1 or 2, at least while we're checking them out, is because they appear to us as an unattainable perfection. And if we can just try harder, we will be like them. If you're listening to this, you are likely of an age where we existed without social media. And so on some accounts, you can see how the content is manipulated. by the poster, how they strive to make themselves appear a certain way. And we know that in some cases, when they're doing this, that they are presenting something that is in reality unattainable. And that's okay, because we see it for what it is. It doesn't mean some of the messaging doesn't get through to our head, but we kind of know that that's been photoshopped, right? That they don't actually live on vacation all the time. And you notice when people post themselves drinking, it's never late in the night. They always post when they're having that first drink, maybe the second. You don't see a lot of pictures or reels from the last hour or so of a wedding reception. You only see that first glance, that first glimpse, when everyone still has it all together. And so when you say things like, I just want to be a normal drinker, ask yourself if you might be making some assumptions. Ask yourself if you are chasing something that is worth chasing. What are you willing to give up to create that illusion of being someone who can enjoy and be satisfied with one drink? What is that costing you? What is that pursuit of normal, that pursuit of average costing? I did a quick Google search on updated information on how much Americans drink. And I'll tell you, this doesn't look normal. And if this is average, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So, according to this data, the average alcohol intake is 494 drinks a year, 9.5 drinks a week, and 1.35 drinks per day. They say that the data indicates people drink more now since COVID. That makes sense, since it was considered the drug of choice during that period. Maybe you do fall into that average range, huh? I don't know. That's pretty alarming, though, considering that more than 14 drinks a week for men is considered high risk drinking, and over 8 per week for women is considered high risk drinking, problem drinking. So maybe you are, in fact, average. And how is that going if you fall within those parameters? I don't know, maybe hearing that data gives you a sigh of relief, like, whew, okay, I drink less than that, or I drink only a little more than that. But is that enough for you? So, hey, if you did reach the goal of being an average drinker, how's that working out? Is that enough for you? Is being considered in the normal range there, or average range? Is that what you're striving for? I don't think so. I think that you keep listening to our podcast or discovered our podcast today because you love the sound of my voice. I'm just kidding. I think that you found it and you're listening because you know the truth. You know the truth about your drinking. You know that the normal average thing doesn't fit. It might be incredibly challenging or impossible to moderate your drinking. And being average probably doesn't go with your personality. Just a hunch based on the people that we work with in Project 90. I don't think you want to be average or normal or inside the box or typical. I think you want to be extraordinary. I think that you already are extraordinary in areas of your life. And even with the drinking, you're towing the line pretty well. But I don't think it's enough for you. I think you want to be extraordinary, and you can't be fully extraordinary with alcohol in your life. It's okay if that's true. That's what we talk about on this podcast, the hard things, right? But once you know that truth, if you can accept it, well, first of all, I'll preface that with saying, if you know the truth, you can't unsee it. You can't unknow the truth. And so I would invite you to learn more about what we're doing over here at Alcohol Free Lifestyle. Because if this is resonating with you, it's because this is exactly what happens in the Project 90 community. Every single person in there says and thinks all the stuff I've said on this episode. Granted, I lived it myself, but I'm giving you a little glimpse into the stuff our community members talk about. If it sounds like sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm coming up with a word. If it sounds like a group of people who think this way could be a fit for you, then I invite you to book a call. Book a free discovery call with us. It's 15 minutes. It doesn't cost you anything. It's actually an application call because our program is by invitation only. We serve a certain niche, people who are high performing, who are being held back by alcohol, even if it's not visible to the outside world, people who wake up in the morning knowing it could be better, and people who are independent thinkers, people who do not subscribe to the thought police, the thought dictators that run around in society, except when it comes to alcohol. And they're sick of it. They're sick of it. They're sick of trying to be normal, of trying to be average, not only because it doesn't suit their drinking style, but because it makes them feel inauthentic. If that sounds like you, click on the link, book the application call. We'll have a chat. We might be a fit for one another. That would be cool. If we're not, I'm going to direct you to some other resources that may be useful for you. So it's February, still lots of time remaining in 2023. If you want to stay on that goal or reset the goal of becoming alcohol free, don't wait. Don't wait until springtime. Get this rolling now. I hope I get to chat with you soon. As always, thanks for listening. Be well and have an awesome day.
Hi there, this is James Swanwick. Thank you so much for listening to the show. I would be so grateful if you would leave a review. That will help us climb the rankings and get our show exposed to so many more people who could really benefit from the content. You can do that by going into Apple Podcasts, rating the show, writing a little one-sentence summary, and posting it. That would be so amazing. Thank you. Likewise, if you would like to schedule a 15-minute exploratory call and apply for our Project 90 program, then you can do so by going to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/project90. If you'd like to get the free guide, that is the Alcohol Freedom Formula Guide, you can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/guide. Our YouTube channel is at alcoholfreelifestyle.com/YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at James Swanwick. Thank you so much for listening. We so appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.